Hello everybody, my name is Boris and welcome to yet another Gwent video. Today we will be taking a look at the 2017 June tier list. We will go over the most played factions and the most played leaders. We will build them up from the worst to the best in both regards. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so at number 5 we have Nilfgaard, the deck that totally dominated the meta before the patch but got over nerfed in stats and now it is not as good as it was. At number 3 for the leaders we have Morvan. So he is the reveal leader, but we didn't see any reveal basically played this season, and that's why he is at number 3. At number 2 we have Emir. He is played in the one Fringilla Vigo plus Letho deck, which just uses Vicovar Novices and the Ambassadors in order to buff, give resilience to a big unit, and then double that, and then eat them up with Letho, and you get a big 140 gold unit. That is the main idea, but the deck is not as consistent. The same deck can be played with John Calvey and probably is maybe even a little bit better, and John Calvey can also play a control lethal list with the Spies, with Cantorella, the Impera Brigades, Rod Tossers, and so on. So that is still the strongest list. At number 4 we have Scoia'tael, the class that is at the moment in a very awkward spot because it has plenty of great decks, but they just miss that final margin to make them a top tier deck. There we have the dwarfs, we have the spells, we have the mulligan, the movement, but none of that just proves to be extra good. At number 3 for the most played leaders we have Bruver Hug, the dwarf one. The dwarfs, you just don't have enough reasons to justify playing dwarves. They are good in some regards, but probably playing less dwarves makes your deck better, which is sad. And unfortunately, that's why dwarves just, if you don't 2-0 and your opponent has locks or Alzur's Thunder to get your Yarpen, you're just out of the game instantly. At number 2 for the most played Scoia'tael leaders we have Francesca, the mulligan leader, and she is quite good. The deck needs a lot of refining and you need to play it very carefully because you have limited resources of strength of your units that you can pull out. But if you know how to pilot the deck perfectly and the deck is fine and refined, this deck can achieve a lot and easily, okay, not easily, but can definitely go up to 4k MMR. And at number 1 we have Spelatel with Essien and Don Blathama Protectors got nerfed, -2 attack, but they are still really strong, and if you play this deck correctly, which is even harder, you are sure to achieve a lot of success. This deck can easily be countered with cards like Reggie's Higher Vampire by just consuming your Doblathanas from the deck and then renewing him to do that again. But all in all, Scoia'tael is quite good. At number 3 we have the monsters. Same thing with the dwarfs. Here we have the Wild Hunts. You actually get rewarded for playing less of them, and there is no need for further explanation. Number 2 leader we have Unseen Elder, and he on the other side, the Consume faction, got a huge buff, but just not quite enough to be a top tier deck, but definitely it's a strong deck, and if you can put it well together, play it smartly, you will do just fine with Consume. But number 1, and here we maybe have our first top tier deck, is Dagon Weather Control. It's a great deck together with the Crones in the last round, with the Biting Frosts, and overall the deck really has a lot of potential. Dagon can also be a token faction leader, which is just also great. It's versatile, and you have quite a few choices with him. At the second spot we have Northern Realms. At the third spot for the leader we have Radovid. He didn't see much play. There was this one deck that kind of went viral for a few days, and it was the clean everything your opponent has and then just draw a huge Bloody Baron deck. It's basically Bloody Baron Radovid, and it was good, but It was kind of inconsistent. If you drew the Bloody Baron, you would just instantly lose, and it wasn't that good. At the spot number 2, we have Henselt Reaver Scouts. They're still quite good with some machines, with some Temerian infantryman, stuff like that. The Naneki, the Shani, Renew. It's a good deck. It was top tier earlier. The nerf to the River Scouts definitely is seen because they can get cleared much more easier, but it's still a good and viable deck. At number 1, we have Foltest, the Witcher Machines deck is really strong, just utilizing the Witchers with Dandelion, with Shani, with Naneke, and in the meanwhile Siege supporters plus the machines. It's excellent. You can also run the River Scouts in that deck, and that will just give you another out, and it's just overstacking with huge win conditions. Foltest Northern Realms, definitely one of the strongest decks in the current meta. And the spot number 1 is taken by Skellige. Skellige absolutely dominating the meta. Any Skellige deck you do has great potential because you just put in Savage Bear, you put in Axeman, Morkvarg, and you're already doing fine. If you refine the deck into one archetype, it just becomes even better. So the third leader, Harald the Cripple, doesn't see much play. He could be potentially good in an Axeman deck, but similar to Philippa Eilhart, who is a legendary, he doesn't get enough justification as a leader. Then at place number 2, we have King Bran, and he is obviously great with Queen's Guard, and he is good with the discard. Overall, very staple. You can discard Morkvarg, All Geared, Ceres, Queen's Guard, stuff like that. Plus, the discard faction in general has not gotten any nerfs, so it's just as strong as it once was. Plus the Savage Bears, it's guaranteed for a very good class. And the number 1 leader of the patch so far in June 2017, we have Crack and Crate, or Cratch and Crate as some of you them call it. He is absolute bonkers, together with the Savage Bear, with the Morkvarg, with the All Geared. If you put in the X-Men, Biting Frost, whatever, the deck is absolutely amazing, very strong. Renew, Hjalmar, Blackhand, all together just makes a mash of OP decks and OP cards. You can have a lot of variations, but he is definitely the strongest one among the leaders in this patch. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. My name is Brodos, and hopefully you found a way to counter Skellige and you're enjoying yourself another class, because really playing double Alzur's Thunder in order to clean the Savage Bears has become a staple in many decks, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and until the next time, bye bye.